Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to take a look at the new headphones from Beyerdynamic, the DT900 Pro X. And during the quest for the best competitive audio, I have tried the Austrian Audio X55s, a recommendation from one of you on the channel. I have tried the Focal Elegias or Elegias, and I have also tried the new DT700 Pro X to throw in some more closed back headphones to get a better sense of how they perform in game. And I have revisited the DT1990 Pro with a pairing of the third-party ear cups from Dac, the fenestrated sheepskin, which is one of my favorite options. But my best and number one recommendation out of all of the gaming headphones I've tested recently are the 900 Pro X. Strictly speaking, from a gaming perspective, you know, the Elegias do sound very good. They provide a good sound experience as far as the quality of the audio, but the issue is issue pinpointing a distance of enemies. So in Apex, if somebody was off to a distance in front of me, I had absolutely zero ability to perceive where along a path of about 80 yards out where that enemy was. So, you know, a decent 360 audio experience in close range maps like Valorant and tag shooters, but even there was an issue with being able to pinpoint people at a 45-degree angle. So if somebody was off to my left or to my right, it was still a little bit difficult to pinpoint the precise location without having to first turn and visualize where they are, which is a significant issue, and I would not put the Elegia on the Wallhack tier list. The X55s are definitely a closed-back experience. It's almost as if you are transported and put into the virtual space of the game, and you hear the wind and ambient noises blowing beside you and coming beside you, almost as if you are there in first person. And one of the issues with that is for professional play, we don't want to be hearing those ambient noises with any level of potency or high volume, blocking out other audio cues, blocking out the footsteps, and blocking out those directional cues, which is where where the X55 kind of fails for me in first-person shooter performance. The imaging and the soundstage were actually fairly good in Apex as well as tag shooters, but one of the issues with the headphones as well is that when too many audio cues are going off with that loud ambient noise coming through, it's actually very, very hard to pick up the audio cues that are important, and for that reason, I would not put this on the Wallhack tier list. So out of the headphones that we've already tried, and as far as the new headphones that I have tried, the Elegia and the X55s, I would not add those to the Wallhack tier list as far as headphones are concerned. The DT1990 Pros, I've recently been mating these with the Dac fenestrated sheepskin ear cups, and I can say with the proper power, these things are very impactful as far as your ability to pick up and understand imaging in-game, and the soundstage for music is absolutely phenomenal, and the just the audio clarity, the analytical qualities of the headphones are superb for music if you are into that. And I think the vocals sound way better on the DT1990 Pros than the 900 Pro X. The bass, though, is more impactful on both the 700 Pro X, the 900 Pro X compared to the DT1990 Pros. And I do think the upper ends are a little bit less harsh on the 900 Pro X compared to the 1990 Pro. But again, the audio clarity, especially with vocals, in my opinion, just really shine on the DT1990 Pros, and I think that has a lot to do with the soundstage being a little bit more broad compared to the 900 Pro X, which does sound more intimate to me. So if you are into that, the DT900 Pro X might be your choice for music as well as movies. Now for gaming, this is where things get very, very difficult. The DT1990 Pros with the fenestrated sheepskin ear cups are absolutely phenomenal for imaging. It has been my main over the HD 560s and over the Tiger 300Rs and the Harmonic Dyne Zeus. The 900 Pro X is $299 and is probably the imaging of the 560s and the audio quality of the 1990 Pros kind of merging and having a baby. So it has absolutely insane soundstage and imaging, and I think the imaging is more impactful than the 1990 Pros because of that a little bit elevated bass. So you actually are able to kind of get a little bit more of a tingler for those footsteps at a distance as well as close to you on the 900 Pro X and maintain that imaging. So for me,
the 900 Pro X is actually the winner out of all three of these for gaming.
The 900 Pro X has a fantastic ability to be able to provide you enough bass to kind of get tinglers for where enemies are. It kind of makes localization and directional capabilities quite a bit better as far as giving you more of a emphasis, more of a feeling on where an enemy actually is in Apex Legends, and it doesn't become overwhelming. And one of the great things about that is my crosshair placement, I don't feel has been better as far as localizing and being prepared on where enemies are in Apex. I think the 560s are fantastic, the Zeus, and a lot of the other headphones that we've tried, but the 900 Pro X being a little bit more intimate, but not overwhelming, not overpowering, and having that a little bit extra bass while maintaining that audio quality, I think provides a awesome experience for being able to have the best crosshair placement possible based on your localization of enemies through walls, at a distance, close range, and being aware of how many enemies are in a building at a particular time and being just prepared to flick to whoever it is that you might need to flick to in a given situation.
I actually do not recommend the DT700 Pro X for gaming, and one of the reasons why is because the 900 Pro X are just better. The imaging is better, the soundstage to me is better, and the 700 Pro X, while it maintains that analytical quality and that imaging, one of the issues is that the fact that they're closed back, the bass actually is a little bit more elevated than the 900 Pro X. And in my opinion, in Valorant, as well as CSGO and tac shooters and Apex, in a lot of scenarios where there's just too much going on and too much bassy sounds, they almost reverb a little bit, and you just begin to not be able to make out sounds, make out imaging. So the DT900 Pro X is definitely my choice out of the three. And at $299, I mean, you guys are really in for a treat if you're into that audiophile tier of headphones. It's only $100 over the HD 560s, and I do think that a lot of people that are looking for a more fun sound to the HD 560s while maintaining that imaging and soundstage and those analytical qualities, but again, having a little bit more bass, the DT900 Pro X is absolutely phenomenal.
Also, another great thing with the 700 and 900 Pro X, you will not need a amp DAC that is very expensive. You can drive these things with something like an iFi Zen DAC V2, which I would recommend for this headphone. If you are looking for an audiophile grade headphone that is extremely good and detailed for imaging and has a extremely clear and transparent soundstage, the 900 Pro X is a phenomenal headset. The new velour pads and the detachable cable is a very nice and needed improvement, and the steel headband broke in very quickly and is very, very comfortable. Everything about this headphone is a very enjoyable listening experience as far as music, movies, and games. Something that can be used and enjoyable for single-player games, something that can be used as a very sharp and specific and crisp tool for competitive multiplayer first-person shooters. If that helped, guys, please leave a subscription to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next review. Peace.